Already this week in Edinburgh, Noppon Saengkham has beaten 3 multiple ranking event winners, Ricky Walden, Mark Selby and Ali Carter, and he's facing a 4th in the shape of Mark Allen, who has picked up the pace this week, hasn't he? Had that great performance in particular against Ryan Day, and played well also last night against Chad Lisowski. Made 5 centuries in the 3 matches that he's won so far, as he looks to extend his run here to the semi-finals. Best of 9, so there will be an interval, of course, after 4. Noppon Saengkham, though, was runner-up last year, so clearly this venue, the Meadowbank Centre in Edinburgh, is to a liking. Came very close to that late-night maximum against Selby. A player that likes to go for his shots. He gets into that zone. It's very hard to shake him out of it, so I think this will be a good match this evening.
Yeah, I tend to agree with everything you say. I mean, obviously with Saengkham, that was a big mistake. I mean, he wanted to hit a thin contact on the red because of the 2 reds on the right were in his mind. He didn't want to crash into them, but he didn't mean to hit anything like that thin. And you see the problem he had. It was quite a misjudgment, though. He's miles out.
Well, what we've seen all week is if there's a pot on, he rarely turns it down, Noppon Saengkham. Always gets that same routine in walking into the shot, getting himself ready to play it.
I said it yesterday that with Saengkham, he has a defensive game to match, well, the other night Mark Selby for most of the evening, and then he just launches into an attack, and he really is extremely dangerous and committed to every shot when he does. Has he gone far enough? I think just about for that red. The thing about Noppon Saengkham, a very determined competitor, but genuinely one of the most popular, if not the most popular player on the tour. He's liked and respected by absolutely everybody. He's an absolute delight to be around him. Doesn't stop him playing with determination.
Well, he nearly hit the yellow actually on the way up, but he's hit it on the way back.
10.
Seemed to jump, didn't it, the ball there when it went in? This is another tough shot. Just off straight. He got close to that. That was as close as you can get without it going in.
Yeah, and further evidence, he's not in the mood to turn a lot down. In terms of previous meetings between them, Mark Allen does hold the edge by 4 wins to 2.
1.
Yeah, 5 centuries this week in just 3 matches. You know, that's good going for a player who, in the UK Championship, was involved in that 5-hour epic with Barry Hawkins, which of course he came out the wrong side of, the semi-final. And he said he didn't enjoy that, and he's just made a conscious effort to change things up this week.
Six. Seven.
Once again, very well timed, and that always has been his strong suit, how he gets that cue working quickly through the ball and making the ball zip around. And that is absolutely A1. The red right next to the black is what he
12.
wanted to be on. Couldn't be better on it.
13.
Oh yeah, you just heard a noise there from wherever that was in the arena, just slightly put him off. So just resetting.
Twenty. 21. Twenty-eight. 29.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that easy for him to get from his next colour, the pink, to another red. The angle he's got on the pink is just off straight. Maybe those couple of reds on the right are an option, but I don't really want to be playing on those. I think straight on the pink would have got him on that red next to it to the left. It's all a bit at close quarters though, isn't it, around that pink spot? And that's perfect now. I think at the moment he's got his touch and his range
35.
bang on. It's a few shots in, but he's put the cue ball in the right spot about 3 times now, exactly the right spot. That is an ominous sign if you're playing him. Awkward little rest shot leaning across. Well, even though he got it in the right place, he still missed.
Mark Allen, 35. One.
Well, at the very least, the yellow will go. I'm not sure if the blue goes past the pink.
Blue ball.
Clearly it does.
6. Seven.
And it was so straight, he couldn't do anything but play the straight screw back, and he's a bit close to the cushion now.
13.
He's got to push this through.
$14.
If you could win this frame, because Mark Allen was in, if you could take this frame, it would be a significant early blow, I think, for Noppon.
Yeah, it's true Allen's had the best of it against him, but he will have noted, Mark Allen, that is
21.
how well Noppon Saengkham's played this week. He's been one of the best players here, actually. So they'll have to play well to stop him tonight. He's played a couple of
22.
matches on this table as well. It's not like, you know, you see sometimes in the home nations at this stage, quarterfinals, players we haven't seen all week. Well, we've seen him beat Mark Selby, and we saw him last night beat Ali Carter on this very table, so he knows how it's playing.
$28. $29.
It gets more difficult now, of course, with the two reds where they are that remain after this one's potted.
36.
He'll need all of them.
$37.
Yeah, he's going to need the long rest here.
44.
And then still the issue of the red on the other cushion.
And I guess the good news would be
52.
that he only wants the red. He doesn't even need the colour to follow it, so he can run it through and without hitting it hard. Doesn't have to play on a colour necessarily. And all of that just makes the
53.
pot that much better. This has been a very good break. The balls were not favourable when he came to the table.
Well, he'd like the extra 7 points, then it'll be 2 snookers that Mark Allen needs. At the moment, it's just 1. And that's middle of the pocket. Excellent.
$60. 62.
He's got a beautiful cue action, isn't he? It's, you know, it's not the most natural, but it is very straight, very grooved.
65.
You know, he works incredibly hard. He's got a real appetite to get to the top.
$69.
The player I really enjoy watching. You just see all the effort going in and the rewards coming out on the table.
74.
Yes, he endeared himself to a lot of people here last year. Of course, the win over John Higgins, he's very emotional in that semi-final in the moments afterwards. But on the table this year, he's been clinical, and this again, a terrific start to the night for Thailand's Noppon Saengkham.
87 and frame.
An 87 clearance. Mark Allen was in, he broke down, and Saengkham did the rest. As a group, they've always a Thai contingent, and Sonia Carney is another example of this. They've always endeared themselves to audiences, just the sort of humility that they've demonstrated.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Dave, the, well, I know you'll remember this, but the lockdown qualifying event, which was under all strict regulations, but aside from that, all the staff wanted to know how Sonia Carney was getting on, wasn't he? Because he was so popular with everybody.
Well, he's just really polite and just a nice lad. And yeah, and he spent. You knew where he was. If he wasn't playing in the tournament, he'd be practicing. He was on that practice table the whole time in the hotel.
Yeah, it's good to see him back on the tour, isn't it, Sonia Carney? He's not done a lot yet in the half a season he's had, but I'm hoping he will.
Also got, of course, two female players, Mink Nutcharat and Baipat Sirapaporn from Thailand. Mink won the first staging of the mixed doubles with Neil Robertson a couple of seasons back.
Thank you. Foul, miss. Mark Allen 6.
Well, it so often happens. Play catches the pink because they don't want to go too far the other way and leave one of the loose reds on. So stirring on the side of caution, but Mark Allen, he's not going to have the white replaced.
Thank you.
I mean, the problem with that shot is that when you're playing the swerve, it's so hard to be in control of the pace of it. You can overhit. So he's done pretty well not to leave one there, because he did overhit it slightly, got the direction right. That's certainly blocked off the left side of the table for a thin safety shot anyway. So you've got that situation where you can see the full middle of the bunch, but I haven't got a shot at either side of it, which of course is no use to you. obvious plants or anything in there.
Yeah, just sort of burying the white in amongst them.
Touch and ball.
Mark Allen, of course, aiming for a second Scottish Open title. 2018 was the year he won in Glasgow, beat Sean Murphy in the final. His old pal.
Now, is there a plant to the right middle that Mark Allen has? I mean, he's not in line with it, so even if it is on, you know, you can still miss it. If the cue ball was sort of in line with the middle pocket as well, then I suspect it would be unmissable, but there you see it. Played it and got it. Well done. Noppon might feel a bit aggrieved about it, but I suppose it was there beforehand anyway.
$11. $12.
Obviously, the problem here is that the black, when respotted, is going to be not only tying itself up, but a couple of the reds he wanted to play on are going to be more difficult to be lined up to. The black just blocks them off. I think if he takes on the middle red and kiss the red above it, he can deal the black to the opposite corner, so that might just open that area of the table up somewhat. See, that is one
20.
part Mark Allen's game, very good. He's got a beautiful touch when he's in. He had a little drag shot to get the cannon perfectly. This is a much better shot than it looks. He's a real touch player, Mark Allen. But this time the cannon was the problem. It went wrong. He just caught
27.
I think a little bit less of the red than he expected to. I don't see where his next red is coming from now. unless there's something there that we've yet to see. I'm not sure he's got a red.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll annoy him because, of course, he made 35 in the last frame and then broke down, and Noppon Saengkham stepped in, made 87.
Mark Allen, 27.
Again, the routine going into what is a half ball long red. Cue ball coming around the back of the bunch either way. That was always the other part of the shot. It was a shot to nothing.
Thank you. Cheers.
Quite a lot happening on this shot. I thought he was going to flick the red, and then he hasn't left anything easy. I mean, the red to right middle is a really acute angle from there. Noppon won't want to refuse it. He doesn't refuse much. But it's not a nasty little shot, this. He's going to have to play it with a degree of pace, I think, as well. Tried to get it with a little bit of left-hand side to take the cue ball away from the bunch. I don't think he went to go into the pink like that. I'm sure he tried to whip the cue ball above the pink up for the blue. Whatever he did try it, it's not worked.
Mark Allen, 1.
Good shot. Mark Allen said at the start of the week that he was not happy with the way his matches were going.
Thank you.
He's playing a little bit slowly and he's trying to speed things up a bit this week. Play a bit more naturally. Got him this far anyway.
Foul, a miss. Mark Allen, 4.
I think there was very much dipping the toe in the water attempt. I don't think he really minded missing that one, but he's getting a good guide for attempt number 2 by playing it a little differently. Trying to just catch that red, the left edge of the red above the black.
Yeah, thank you. Foul, a miss. Mark Allen, 4. Free ball.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing. You make the adjustment and the cue ball goes a little wider.
Yeah.
It's going back because asking him to play again would have basically resulted in an easy roll up to that right red.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's further away than the second attempt.
Foul, a miss. Mark Allen, 4.
And the points are mounting here. He's got a 45-point lead. All these reds still left us. 107 left on the table.
Yeah, thank you.
Attempt number 4.
In the end, he just got a little bit too much. Well, just for a moment, this looked like it might go wrong, but he's okay. He's on this red.
12.
Because he was world number 1 when the season began, but was overtaken in Xi'an actually quite early season. This cue ball's just run a little. It's not quite ideal here. Puts him 63 in front, this blue. Still 7 reds on though.
Well,
there's an example
18.
of the amount of work he gets on the cue ball. He just whips the cue ball back for the next ball, and again, that's good timing. I think he's a little bit stuck at the moment with his game, quite honestly, and I think he's admitted it. He's stuck between playing in 2 different ways. He's not sure what to do.
23.
He's trying a different coaching method in York, and he kind of jettisoned it recently or this week. take a long time to change things. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of time
24.
for snooker players to prepare for the next match, next tournament. So he's kind of just muddling it along a bit right now. Playing well at times.
Well, he's 17 front, 67 on without this, so already a snooker needed, but would like this in. And then surely one each. Yeah, I think sometimes players sort of convince themselves there's something wrong when maybe there isn't. You know, he's had such a good couple of years, but just hasn't this season quite replicated what he's been doing yet. But it doesn't mean there's a massive crisis. I mean, there's a lot of players who would have loved Mark Allen's season. But as a competitor, and indeed his temperament, he's one of the very, very best, of course.
32.
And, you know, who knows what would have happened at the Crucible had John Higgins not made that wonderful clearance in their decider. Well, that should be enough.
Mark Allen, 32 and a free.
And indeed, Noppon Saengkham remains in his chair. So we're all square in this quarter-final at the Scottish Open at one each. Now, the other table is Tom Ford against Lei Pei Fan. Lei Pei Fan of China has beaten two world champions, Shaun Murphy and Stuart Bingham, to reach his first ranking event quarter-final. He's 2-0 down, but and 51 down here, but with a chance in this third frame. Seems to have overhit that one, but may still be a red that goes here. But yeah, it's a big night for him, and of course a big night.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल टेक्निकल मौसम। अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर न्यू हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें, साथ साथ बेल आइकन भी दबाएं ताकि हमारी टेक वाली वीडियो आप तक पहुंचे। तो फ्रेंड्स, आज मैं बताऊंगा कि मोबाइल की स्क्रीन पे जो लाइनिंग होती है उसको आप कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। मतलब कि स्क्रीन जो फ्लिकिंग होती है उसको आप कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। तो उसके लिए आपको क्या करना है, प्ले स्टोर में जाना है। तो यहाँ पे सर्च करेंगे ओलेड सेवर, तो आपको ओलेड सेवर कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा। यहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन प्ले स्टोर पे है ही नहीं। तो आपको क्या करना है, इसको कट कर देना है। फिर आपको क्या करना है, क्रोम ब्राउज़र ओपन करना है। तो जैसे आप क्रोम ब्राउज़र ओपन करेंगे, तो जैसे आप ओलेड सेवर सर्च करेंगे तो एपीके प्योर की एप्लीकेशन आ जाएगी। यहाँ से ओलेड सेवर आपको मिल जाएगा। तो ये ओलेड सेवर, इसको आपको क्या करना है, डाउनलोड कर देना है। तो इसके आप डाउनलोड करें और यहाँ से आप रिव्यू इसके देख सकते हैं और इसकी आप वीडियो देख सकते हैं। इसके आप फीचर देखें, ये बहुत सारे कमाल के फीचर हैं। तो यहाँ पे इसकी लोडिंग हो रही है, आप वेट कर दें लोडिंग। हाँ, और ये देख सकते हैं इसका जो ना आप फीचर देखें, यहाँ से आपको इनेबल कर देना है। जैसे आप डाउनलोड करेंगे तो यहाँ पे इनेबल कर देना है और ब्राइटनेस जो भी आपको रखनी है वो आप रखनी है, और यहाँ मैक्सिमम ब्राइटनेस जो भी आपको रखना है वो भी आप रख सकते हैं। और यहाँ से आप जो ना इनेबल ब्राइटनेस यहाँ से कम या ज़्यादा कर सकते हैं। और आपको ये ऊपर आपको जो ना लाइट की एक लाइन दिखाई दे रही, प्लस करेंगे तो प्लस हो जाएगी, माइनस माइनस हो जाएगी। तो इस तरह के आपको मिल जाएंगे। और डू नॉट यूज़ द ऐप और यूज़ द ऐप, यहाँ से पहले आपको ये प्रॉब्लम मिलेगी। उसके बाद जब आप यूज़ करेंगे तो ये मतलब कि सॉल्व हो जाएगी। ये इसके एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू आपकी प्रॉब्लम सारा का सारा आपको मिल जाएगा सॉल्यूशन। तो इसका आप पढ़ सकते हैं डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ ओलेड सेवर ऐप। When the brightness of the phone using the AMOLED screen lowered the brightness past a certain point, the screen started a flicker or pulse. This is the result of the AMOLED technology Samsung among other जो ना आपको डिवाइसेस पे ये मिल जाएगी। और यहाँ पे ओलेड से जो ना ऐप का अपडेट जो वर्जन है 1.39 इसका अपडेट है। और एड सिस्टम ब्राइटनेस एडजस्टमेंट कंट्रोल, दूसरा जो है फिक्स जो ना दूसरा इसका प्रॉब्लम फिक्स द प्रॉब्लम दैट द ब्राइटनेस ऑटोमेटिकली became lower under some conditions, added traditional Chinese support एड अ पॉज फंक्शंस टेम्परली डिसेबल द मास्क। उसके बाद आपको इफ़ द अपग्रेड यूजर्स encounters a embroider suggestion when the screen is rotated, please uninstall and reinstall the app। तो यहाँ पे आपको बोला है कि अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो इसको आप अनइंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं, उसके बाद फिर से दोबारा रीइंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं, और यहाँ से आप इसके वर्जन कोई भी आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। ये वर्जन इसका है, ये भी इसका है, ये भी इसका ये भी इसका ये, आप कोई भी आप वर्जन डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। तो मैंने डाउनलोड करके रखी हुई है, आप डाउनलोड करें इसको। और आप यूज़ कैसे करेंगे, तो मैंने ये पहले से डाउनलोड करके रखी हुई, आप इसको यूज़ कैसे करेंगे, इसको आप क्लिक करना है। तो जैसे आप क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ पे आपको इनेबल कर देना है। जैसे आप इनेबल करेंगे तो यहाँ पे इनेबल हो जाएगा, और ब्राइटनेस आप ऊपर देखेंगे यहाँ पे ब्राइटनेस आ चुकी है, और इसको आप कम या ज़्यादा कर सकते हैं, इस तरह प्लस माइनस भी कर सकते हैं, और इसको आप कम या ज़्यादा भी कर सकते हैं, आप देख सकते हैं। और ब्राइटनेस इसको डिसेबल करें, और यूज़र फ्लिकिंग डू नॉट यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं, इसको यहीं रहने दें। और बेसिक फिजिकल ब्राइटनेस इसको 255 पे रहने दें। और सेटिंग ये कि ये जो ना पहले टिक मार्क पे क्लिक कर देना है, यहाँ पे इनेबल कर देना है, और आपको सेटिंग वगैरह सब कुछ हो जाएगा। अगर आपको यूज़ नहीं करना है तो हाउ टू यूज़ करेंगे, तो इनेबल कर देना है, उसके बाद यूज़ फिक्स ब्राइटनेस, बेसिक ब्राइटनेस और सेटिंग वगैरह आपको मिल जाएगी। तो जैसे आप इसको इनेबल करेंगे तो आपकी ब्राइटनेस इनेबल हो जाएगी। तो इस तरह आप कर सकते हैं, बहुत ही आसान तरीका है। तो इस तरह आपको आपको बहुत ही आसान मिल जाएगा। आप अगर आपको हमारी वीडियो पसंद है, लाइक करें, शेयर करें, और अपने दोस्तों से भी शेयर करें, ताकि हमारी वीडियो आप तक पहुंचती रहे। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।